Hi, everyone. My name is Sophie. I am a learning and community designer here at SMART. We've got a great session in store for you today, all about the Smartboard GX Plus. And here with me helping navigate is Katie Yarn. She is our social media strategist in public relations. So thank you, Katie, for helping us out. If you're joining live, Thanks so much for being here. If you could pop into the chat, let us know where you're joining from and what your role is, because so we'd love to give you a warm welcome. And before we dive in, I just want to make a quick note that today's webinar is on the North American version of the GX Plus board. And there are a few differences between that board and the international version. So just want to make you aware, that's what the board we will be talking about today. I'll give everyone another few seconds to settle in and then we'll get started. My goal for this session is to show you how the GX Plus can support the way you teach, how you can use it to spark student engagement, make lessons more engaging, and overall create learning experiences that are meaningful. So we've got a lot to go over. Our agenda here, we're going to go over signing in, navigation tools, whiteboard basics, whiteboard tools, widgets, split screen, and file manager.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this because, you know, I'm even a new user to the GX Plus. So if you are watching at home and you are also a new user, this is a new device for you in a classroom. This is perfect for you. You're in the right hands. And we're going to get into all of the nitty-gritty basics of the GX Plus.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the very first step in getting comfortable with your GX Plus, which is signing in. I want to go through the sign-in process, user profiles, and guest profiles. So go ahead, Katie, if you could pull down from the top of the screen to open the quick settings. All right, so Katie has opened the quick settings right now, and you can see 3 icons at the bottom of quick settings. You have a sign-in, settings, and power. We want the sign-in one. So go ahead and click the sign-in. And here, one of the really helpful things about this board is that it gives each individual user a profile, and you can have up to 10 profiles, which is great if your board is shared among multiple teachers or staff. So each person has their own personalized experience. Let's take a look how to get there. So the owner account, that's whoever set up the board first. The owner is going to be the person who has control over adding new users and the guest profile. For adding new users, let's just go through that process really quickly. So click add user, and then next, and then it would just take you through writing in your name. If you want to upload a profile image, you can do that. You can also set a pin for your profile. And if you don't set a pin, people can use your profile, but if you do set a pin, it's locked and you can't share. It can't be shared unless that person has your lock pin. Katie, you can go ahead and press cancel. I just wanted to show how that works. So press cancel on that screen. Thank you. All right, so we are back to the owner account, and once that screen pops up, pull down again from the top. And press the sign in icon again. And I just want to highlight the guest account. If you have a substitute teacher or visitor, all you need to do is click the guest account and they can start teaching right away without accessing your files. And as the owner, you can choose whether that data gets loaded, or it automatically erases once the session ends. And just to recap, signing in will give you a personalized experience, makes it simple to switch between different teachers, keeps your files secure, and it gives you extra flexibility for subs and guests. All right, moving on to our tools, navigation tools to keep lessons flowing. So can you go to the home screen? All right, so our navigation tools on the GX Plus, they're designed to keep your class flowing smoothly, minimize interruptions. So I'm going to go over the home screen, launcher, and side toolbar. All right, starting with the home screen. This is where all of your default apps live. You can rearrange them and group them or add new ones to make the board feel personalized. So let's practice that. If you click on any of those apps there, Katie, and hold down, you can drag it around and rearrange it to wherever you need it to go. Let's say you have an app that is not there, but you use all the time. You can add it. So if you click, all apps down there, and let's go ahead and add the file manager. All right, long press and pull it over.
So you bet.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to remove it,
and now
if you want to remove it, you hold down and bring the app up, and you should see something that says remove, and you would put it there. All right, next is the launcher. So this gives you access to very important functions. So you have the home icon, you have the back arrow, which takes you back to a previous screen. You have recents. Go ahead and click recents, Katie. Yep. And this is all your recently opened apps. If you scroll all the way over to the left, you should see a clear all button. We're not going to clear all because we need those screens, but you can clear them all if you want. All right, and all apps, Katie was just there. These are all the apps that are pre-installed on the board, and they can be moved around too. One app I want to highlight is Lumio. So now all of our smart board displays come with the Lumio app, and it's integrated as its own app finally. So you can pin Lumio directly to the home screen for quick access, and we will give more information about Lumio towards the end of this session. All right, moving toward to the side toolbar. This is on each side of this screen, and like the launcher, it can be hidden, but tapping on the side brings it up. So Katie just tapped on the side, and there you can see all of the widgets available. Well, the 4, you can pin 4, and then you can see all of the widgets by pressing the 3 dots. So those are all the widgets available. Let's practice adding our favorites. So if you long press on one of them, you should see plus and minuses. So the minus gets rid of one, and a plus adds it. And you can add up to 4 of your favorites that you use the most. And at the bottom of this side toolbar is the cleanup button. Something to note, this clears all of your data, resets the board. So make sure before you press this button that you save everything.
Good call.
All right, moving on to the whiteboard.
Awesome.
All right, so the whiteboard is where most of your teaching and interaction will take place with the GX Plus. So some of the basics that we need to talk about is importing and exporting. The theme and background you can change, sharing your files, and settings. So Katie already has it open. Once inside, you'll see the menu in the bottom left corner. Yep. From here, you can start a new whiteboard, open a previous one, and import a PDF or image. Let's practice importing a PDF or image. From here, your files will be pulled up. Let's go ahead and insert the cell image. There we go. And just like that, your image is in your whiteboard. You can also change the background theme to fit your lesson. So if we go back to the menu and theme, there are lots of different options to choose from. My personal favorite is the Venn diagram. I already have a page of it, so we don't have to keep this as the theme, but this is one of my favorites because it's applicable across the board. So you can also change the background color. So if we go back to menu, theme, and there you can change the background to whatever color you want.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite color is green, so I might change it to green today. How does that look?
That looks great, and that would apply across all of the your whiteboard pages. Okay, going back to the menu, because there are some more important things to talk about in there. We have the settings. So go ahead and click settings. One thing I want to point out is the customizing of your toolbar. So if you could scroll down in the settings a little bit, Katie, you should see custom toolbars. There are tools and resources you can add. So choose anything like shapes or the ruler, and it'll automatically apply to your toolbar. All right, one of the most powerful features of the GX Plus board is the QR code. QR code gives you very, very quick access for students to save your whiteboard lesson. So if you click the QR code, you can make it bigger. Students can use their devices to immediately download your whiteboard file. It's a very, very powerful tool in the whiteboard. All right, moving on to some really cool interactive tools in Whiteboard. We have our PhET simulations, periodic table, mind map, and paired mode. I want to go over PhET simulations first because I think this is the coolest part. Yep. All right. So in the toolbar, there is a, thank you for resetting that, Katie.
My pleasure.
In the toolbar, there's a more button. And you'll see under resources, something that says simulations. So these cover multiple grade levels and branches of science. I'm going to go over the states of matter basics simulation. And you can notice how you can, when you open it, so I'll give you a second, Katie, to open it. If you go to the grade level filter, press middle school, and then scroll down to find the states of matter basics. There it is. So once it comes up, you can move that box anywhere, that window anywhere on the screen. And then you can exit out of the menu behind it. Yes. So I often pair, when I use the PhET simulation, a PDF of guiding questions. So we learned how to import. So let's see if we can import that PDF of questions so we can have the simulation side by side with the PDF. If you could go ahead and try importing that PDF, Katie, that'd be great.
Okay, so I'm using my menu on the side. I'm importing a PDF that I already have on my storage. And it comes in just like that.
Yes.
I'm actually on a new page, so I can go back. Oh, I actually lost my PhET simulation.
So you can go ahead and just open any PhET simulation just so we can see. You can exit out of that, yeah. So simulation, just click on the first one you see if you want. Yeah, that works. So you can see how with the simulation, you can have the PDF side by side, and you can write directly over the PDF as you're manipulating the simulation. That is a very powerful tool. So next, thank you for demonstrating, Katie. Next, the periodic table. We briefly saw that a second ago, but I want to show you again. So if you could go to another page, Katie.
Perfect, ready to go.
Yep, so to add the periodic table, you would just find it in the resources. A quick, very quick exercise you can do with students is maybe you want to have them choose an element as a warm-up and describe 3 things about that element, maybe the atomic number, the symbol. Another thing you can do is resize that and drag it anywhere across the screen. You can write on top of it. So that is another powerful tool that is great in the GX Plus Whiteboard. And then another tool I want to talk about is the paired mode. Now, I can't really fully demonstrate this because we're not in front of a real class, but we can show you how it works. So if you could press more on the toolbar and select pair mode. You can have 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4. So we're going to do 3. So,
oh, and it gave me 2, I think.
Okay, 2 works. 2 works fine too. All right, so if you could put different colors for each. So I'm going to have Katie write the word, any word you want, and try and see if you can move over into the other space.
Yeah.
Notice how Katie's writing cannot move into this other space. So this is cool because it lets students write simultaneously. Each learner has their own color-coded space. They write over each other. They can't write over each other's work, and it's perfect for brainstorming, math practice, vocab activities. So students can be focused in their own section while still contributing to a shared board. All right, last tool I want to highlight in the whiteboard is the mind map.
Awesome. Let's get a new page in here. And then I can see my map right here down at my toolbar, but it's also located in your more if you haven't added it yet.
So this is a fantastic way to help students organize their thinking. For example, let's say you want to have them plan out their essay. You could have branches for the main reasons. So you would first put topic in the first box. So whatever the topic is. And then you could put in the next 3, main reason 1, two, and 3. So each branch can expand. So we can add more to each one. And if we were going to continue on with this activity, we would have examples for each reason. And then you have a beautiful visual of an essay already planned out that you can share with students. So whether it's simulation, science tools, collaborative spaces, or even graphic organizers, Whiteboard on the GX Plus has a lot of interactive tools to keep your teaching flexible and keep your students engaged. All right, moving on to widgets, which are some fantastic engagement tools. One I want to go over is the spotlights. So if we could go back to where we put the image of this cell, Katie, that would be great.
Absolutely.
Oh, and also first I want to tell you.
That's okay because I can record it.
Yep, that's okay. So there's the cell. Okay. And a reminder, the widgets are all in the side toolbar. So let's open up the spotlight. So if you want to highlight a certain area in your image or a PDF or really anywhere on the GX Plus board, it doesn't have to be in Whiteboard. It can be in any part of the GX board.
See, I'm customizing my board while I'm doing this. So, and here I have my spotlight. I can make it bigger, smaller. I can make it more clear, less. I can also zoom and then move it around.
Yeah. It's great to direct student attention to one part of the screen. So for this image, I would maybe have it over a certain part of the cell, and I would maybe ask students, hey, what part of the cell is this, do you think? And then I could exit out of Spotlight to reveal the answer. Okay, the next one is the timer widget. Let's say you wanted to time this activity. Great opportunity to use the timer widget. It's pretty self-explanatory once you open it up.
Actually, I have a spotlight. I mean, a stopwatch.
Yes, there also is a stopwatch widget.
Where's my timer? Ah, right in front of me.
This is a classroom classic. So if you don't want the activity to drag on, open the timer. You can choose whether you want it to ring when it's done or not. So it's a great way to keep the pace of your lesson flowing. The third widget I want to highlight is the overlay. Overlay lets you write on top of anything displayed on your screen, browser, video, or another app. I really want to highlight this one over a video. Katie, if you could go to our browser.
Might have this open in my recents.
So here we have,
I think I might just have to search for it again. That's okay. We wanted animal.
It doesn't be any video. Oh, there it is. Yeah. All right. After this ad, we'll show you how you can annotate directly over the video. So if we pause it right here, and maybe we're prompting students to tell us their definition of a vocabulary word. You could write right over the video. So let's write invasive species because that's what this video is about. That's the vocab word we're focusing on. Invasive species. So hypothetically, we would have maybe the definition written out here for invasive species. When you're done, you can save this. So on the toolbar that pops up when you select the overlay widget, you can see something that says save. So if you click save, it'll save it as a screenshot. Something to note though is make sure you're done writing with everything because it could delete your annotations. So just be careful with that, but it is a cool tool to have in your tool belt. Mm-hmm. So these three, the spotlight, timer, overlay, are ones that I myself use most often, but that, of course, there are so many others worth exploring, like picture-in-picture for layering videos, the air class for polling and responses. So a lot of variety to add to your lessons. And finally, that takes us to the last two features I want to cover. So split screen and file manager. As you can see, I did star air class widget in picture-in-picture because we don't have time today. I'm not going to go over those two, but those are also some to explore on your own. So let's start with split screen. To access it, you're going to go back to the launcher and tap the recents icon. So you'll see two options, one for screenshot and one for split. We're going to click split, tap split. By default, it takes you to your most recent app, and then on one side of the screen, and then it lets you select another one. So you can have this side by side of one app and another. So realistically, I would probably have maybe a PDF of questions or a worksheet open, and maybe it goes along with the video. And I could stop the video at certain points to talk about the questions in the worksheet. Next, let's move to File Manager. So if we're going back to the home screen, you can tap All Apps in the launcher. Well, Katie already has it on her. She's ahead of it. She has it on her.
I'm in File Manager now.
All right. So I think for most teachers, the cloud drive option is the most powerful. So if we select that, you'll see your profile appear at the top, and you can add whichever accounts your school or district supports. So both Google and Microsoft are supported, and you can even find it in one. So for example, if you have resources in both Google Drive and OneDrive, you can connect them and access everything in one place. So Katie, go ahead and click Add Account. So as I mentioned, you can select Google Drive or OneDrive, and you can have both of your drives right there in your file manager. This will make it easier to pull up lesson slides, worksheets, all the things that you already have. So we're not reinventing the wheel here, but there's no need to transfer files ahead of time. Everything is there when you log in. So between split screen, which lets you present and compare side by side, and File Manager, which organizes and connects all your resources, you have powerful tools at your fingertips with the GX Plus. That brings us to the end of all the tools and features of the GX Plus I wanted to highlight today. I hope you found this informative and are ready to get started with your GX Plus. If you have any questions, please pop them in the chat. We're happy to address them, answer them if we can. And if not, we can end it here. Katie, thank you so much for demonstrating on the board for us today. Very helpful to have that visual there for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for joining us today, either live or on the recording. We really appreciate it. We're always here to support. So if you do have any questions, please get in contact with us. Go to our support page. We want to help you get the most out of your new tech.
Yeah, and please follow us on YouTube and Instagram, join our Facebook page so you can stay up with the latest and greatest with things like the GX Plus board and all of the cool things that we have coming up. So I guess we can go ahead and end it there. Unless we have any last minute questions. Thanks again for watching this.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.